Amanda, quick question. What's the most important piece of clothing you own?
Probably my favorite cotton scarf. It's lightweight, breathable, and perfect for any season. Why do you ask?
Well, did you know that you owe your beloved scarf to a 13th century Chinese woman named Huang Daopo?
Wait, what? A 13th century woman invented cotton clothing?
Not exactly, but she revolutionized the way cotton was produced, making it accessible to millions of people. She's basically the reason cotton became the fabric of ancient China.
Ah, Huang Daopo. She's one of my favorite figures in Chinese history. Let's dive into her story.
So, Huang Daopo was born in the late 13th century in what's now Shanghai. She grew up in a poor farming family, and life wasn't easy.
That's right. She faced a lot of challenges early on, including an unhappy marriage. Eventually, she fled to Hainan Island, which was a major hub for textile innovation at the time.
Hainan? The tropical paradise? What was she doing there?
Well, Hainan was home to the Li people, who had some of the most advanced weaving techniques in the world. Huang Daopo learned everything she could from them and brought that knowledge back to the mainland.
So she was like a textile spy, stealing trade secrets?
Haha, not exactly. She was more of a student who became a master. She took what she learned and improved upon it, creating innovations that would change the textile industry forever.
But why Hainan? Wasn't it like the middle of nowhere back then?
Actually, Hainan was a cultural melting pot. The Li people had been weaving cotton for over 3,000 years. Their techniques, like the Li brocade, were incredibly intricate and colorful. Huang Daopo saw an opportunity to learn and bring that knowledge back to improve life for her people.
Wait, 3,000 years? That's older than most civilizations.
Exactly. The Li people were masters of their craft. Their brocade designs often featured geometric patterns and symbolic motifs, representing their culture and beliefs. Huang Daopo saw the potential in their techniques and adapted them for wider use.
Okay, so what did she actually invent? Was it like a fancy sewing machine or something?
Clothes. She improved the spinning wheel by making it foot-powered instead of hand-powered. This might not sound like a big deal, but it tripled the speed of spinning cotton into thread.
Whoa, that's a game changer. Can you explain how it worked? I'm having trouble picturing it.
Sure. Traditional spinning wheels were hand-cranked, which was slow and labor-intensive. Huang Daopo's design used a pedal system, freeing up the weaver's hands and making the process much faster. It was like upgrading from dial-up internet to broadband.
Haha, I love that analogy. But how did she come up with the idea?
It's believed she combined elements of existing tools she saw in Hainan with her own ingenuity. She was a true innovator, always looking for ways to improve efficiency.
What else did she do?
She also introduced new weaving techniques, like the Li brocade, which was way more durable and colorful than anything people had seen before. Oh, and she popularized cotton farming in the Yangtze River Delta, which became the textile hub of China.
So she basically turned cotton into the fabric of the Yuan dynasty?
Exactly. Before her, most people wore rough hemp or expensive silk. Cotton was the perfect middle ground, comfortable, affordable, and durable.
But how did she convince people to switch to cotton?
Great question. She didn't just invent new tools, she taught others how to use them. She traveled around, sharing her knowledge and training local weavers. It was like a 13th century version of a tech startup.
Wait, so she was like a traveling textile teacher? That's pretty cool.
Exactly. She was both an inventor and an educator. Her work didn't just improve technology, it empowered communities, especially women, by giving them new skills and economic opportunities.
So she was basically a feminist icon too?
In a way, yes. She challenged the norms of her time by becoming a leader in a male-dominated field and by uplifting other women through her work.
Okay, but how big of an impact are we talking here? Did she just make comfy clothes, or was there more to it?
Oh, it was huge. Her innovations turned the Yangtze Delta into the textile capital of China, and her techniques spread across Asia. Some historians even say her work laid the groundwork for the global textile industry centuries later.
No way. So she's basically the OG fashion influencer?
Haha, you could say that. But seriously, her legacy is still celebrated today. There are temples dedicated to her, and she's considered a pioneer in Chinese technology.
That's amazing. But why don't more people know about her?
Well, history often overlooks the contributions of women, especially those from humble backgrounds. But Huang Daopo's story reminds us that innovation can come from the most unexpected places.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that one woman's ingenuity could have such a huge impact on the world.
Absolutely. And her story is a reminder that progress often starts with individuals who are willing to challenge the status quo and think outside the box.
You said there are temples dedicated to her. Why is she so revered?
In Chinese culture, Huang Daopo is seen as a symbol of innovation and perseverance. Temples in her honor celebrate her contributions to society. She's also considered a patron deity of weavers and textile workers.
So she's like a saint for weavers?
Exactly. People still pray to her for success in their craft. It's a testament to how deeply her work impacted Chinese society.
How does Huang Daopo stack up against other famous inventors in history?
She's right up there with figures like Johannes Gutenberg or James Watt. While they revolutionized printing and steam power, she transformed the textile industry. Her impact was just as profound, even if she's less well-known globally.
That's wild. She deserves way more recognition.
Absolutely. Her story is a reminder that innovation isn't limited to one time or place. It can come from anywhere.
Why should we care about Huang Daopo today?
Her story is a reminder that innovation often comes from unexpected places. She also highlights the importance of education and sharing knowledge. In a world where technology is constantly evolving, her legacy is more relevant than ever.
Yeah, she's proof that one person's ideas can change the world.
Exactly. And her focus on empowering others, especially women, is something we can all learn from.
So, Huang Daopo wasn't just a weaver. She was a revolutionary who changed the way people lived, dressed, and worked. Her story reminds us that innovation can come from the most unexpected places.
And that cotton t-shirt you're wearing? You can thank Huang Daopo for making it possible.
Next time, we're diving into the life of another incredible woman, Wang Zhaojun, the peacemaker princess who used marriage to stop a war. Trust me, you don't want to miss it.
A princess who stopped a war? Count me in. See you next time.